Joining us now is former UN ambassador and Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton. Ambassador, great to have you on the show. North Korea is giving Putin quite a welcome. Ukraine's foreign minister, however, described Putin and Kim as, quote, the lonely bromance. What do you think of that assessment?
Well, it's not so lonely. Certainly, China has given Russia extensive assistance through increased oil and gas purchases, laundering sanctioned Russian money through their financial system, providing components for weapons, overall political support. I think this trip is part of the continued growth of the Beijing-Moscow axis, together with their outriders, countries like North Korea, Iran, Belarus, and many others. And it's, I think, has strategic significance on a global basis, not just because of the weapons and ammunition that North Korea is supplying Russia to use in Ukraine, but what it means for stability on the Korean Peninsula and Northeast Asia more generally.
North Korea is one of the few places on earth that Putin can visit without risk of being arrested for war crimes. He's there because he needs those munitions. North Korea is one of the poorest countries in the world, but it has one of the biggest militaries, and it needs food. So is this basically a swap? Kim gets some food and other, equipment, and Putin walks away with a lot of artillery shells?
Well, it may be worse than that. There have been concerns for decades about exactly how much Russia and China, for that matter, have aided directly or indirectly the North Korean nuclear and ballistic missile programs, and I think certainly it's very much of concern to the people in Japan, South Korea, and others in the region that Russia is prepared to license technology to North Korea, and that could be very threatening to other countries nearby.
Yeah, Russian foreign minister said, however, he thought this was humiliating for Putin to be visiting North Korea. And another analyst said that even a desperate war machine does not trade its military crown jewels for old, dumb munitions. What do you think of that analysis?
Because I think there's more going on here. Within this growing axis between Russia and China, there are tensions. And Russia, for example, knows that the territory around Vladivostok, its only port on the Pacific, right near the border with North Korea, was Chinese territory as recently as 1860. So Russia and North Korea here share a common concern about China. It's a difficult relationship to work out. But I think Putin has bought himself some political insurance, and I think Kim Jong Un has replayed the playbook of his father and grandfather. He's now much more evenly positioned between Russia and China. I would say that North Korea has been since Kim Il-sung, his grandfather, helped convince first Stalin and then Mao Zedong to let him launch the Korean War.
Yeah. Before you go, Ambassador, I wanted to get your reaction quickly to a statement from the Israeli Defense Forces today. It just came in saying it has approved operational plans for an offensive in Lebanon. Is a broader, this would now mean the IDF fighting up north against Hezbollah and Lebanon, as well as Hamas and Gaza.
Well, it may be an effort to push back against Hezbollah, but if they make a threat like that, which in effect this is what it is, they better be prepared to carry it out. This is really Israel having to think strategically about these threats from terrorist groups on its border, all of which are armed and trained and equipped and financed and given intelligence by Iran. So the Israelis may be worried that Hezbollah is about to increase the attacks it's been making on Israel almost since the Hamas attack across the Gaza border in October of last year. Very, very dangerous time for Israel.
Very dangerous. A war on two fronts, making a threat like that. All right, Ambassador John Bolton, great to get